Awesome. Right. Let's double check to make sure everything is working. Right. Yeah, it is, I guess. So we're good to go. Excuse me. Coming on live, sometimes it's like crazy. How did I get here? Pascal, how can you do this? Who gave you the confidence to do this? Guys, it's literally coming on live. So I'm just gonna leave this here to make sure I am following up with the chat. Right. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for checking in. I'm gonna mute out everybody else and try to keep everybody outside, but you can always see what I'm doing. That's to reduce the noise that we have coming in, because I noticed a few of the webinars and we do get some noise that do come in. So to avoid that from happening, if you want to speak, you can raise your hand up using the icon in the chat, and the more options, or you can use the chat and ask your questions, and I'll pick that up as we go along. Right, so if you know the drill, if this is the first time that you're joining us, my name is Pascal Wanaji. I started my online business in 2017, and ever since I started getting some results, understanding what it really takes, basically from both the psychological point of view and the physical standpoint, how to combine these two elements and to actually create change. It's not an easy task to do, but it's possible. I must be honest with you guys. It's literally from the word go. If you are everything I'm going to be sharing with you, basically, it's going to be like hands on deck, things that are happening. I tend to follow more principles now than just trying to guess my way out of things. I don't know if you understand. Let me explain that. Yeah, I'm a Christian, if you don't know. So there are some biblical principles that must be followed if you are looking for change. It's not about who prays more or who has more money or who has more school education and all that stuff. No. If you are in a space in your life where you feel like there's more to life and you need to change, there's something inside of you that is burning. Maybe you have a business idea that you are trying to bring to fruition, or you have some sort of, you're looking for a change to get out of the corporate rat race. You don't spend a lot of quality time with your family. You don't spend a lot of quality time with your children. And you basically trade your life, almost all your life, just working. There's no time to breathe, to really enjoy life and spend money, because probably don't have enough. So you're basically mixing from robbing Peter to pay Paul. You just go to work only to pay bills. Then you are at a point where you start to realize something needs to change. So what I'm going to be sharing with you now, it's going to help. It's going to help you. I'm going to show you the path. So you have to walk down it. It's everybody's going to walk down their own path. Everybody's journey is going to be individual, unique. So, like I said, everything I'm going to be sharing with you is hands. It works if you walk it. You can change. This year has been massive, so for a lot of people already. So if you're thinking that this whole online thing doesn't work, or you're probably in a very I don't know how to put it. You're probably way behind, in my opinion. So I'm going to do a little disclaimer. Take time to read a disclaimer on your screen. It's important that if you're going into business, you are responsible for your actions, your decisions that you make, and that makes you a disciplined person to really take responsibility to create that change that you really want. All right. So today's first question is coming from, let me pull this up. Basically, where's the questions? Yeah. It's from, where's the notes? There you go. It's from Steve. How can I start a business online without any previous experience or without knowing what to sell? How can I replace my income? I really need to create change. I really need help. I need a lot of help. But the problem is, I don't know where to start, what products to sell, and where to even begin. All right. Okay. So, to help, I'm gonna bring a few people in. If you to help with Steve's question, Steve is basically just gonna do speaker view so that it doesn't interrupt. Um, uh, to help with Steve's question, is basically you don't know, you want to start a business online, you don't know where to start, no idea, no clue. What are your chances of succeeding? So what I'm going to share with you here is going to basically help you now. I'm going to go through a few training. This is what majority of people will be experiencing when they're looking to start a business online, looking to sell products online, to understand where to go from where they are standing, literally. So the first point is, I want you to understand, if you are in that space, you want to make change. There is a spiritual side of creation and there is a physical side of creation. All right, let me see if I can do a mind map to share that. Maybe I should do a mind map to share this. Share my screen. So I'll just put S for spiritual, P for physical. So to help you, what I mean by spiritual, it's more of vision. Vision, thinking, my writing is not that good because I'm writing with a mouse. You're thinking, the words that you speak every day, the images that you look at. I'm not going to go through the whole thing here, but I just want you to understand the process. Then if you come to the work, it's more the physical part, it's more of the tools, work, the work that you do, the online, the core, where I put the work, the work, physical work is basically what you do, the activity itself, So it's gonna be your attitude, there's other one, there's a few of them. It's not a lot on the physical side of things. It's more of the tools, the education, I'm just gonna write the webinars that you attend, which is all under work, basically. Now, if you want to create change, you have to understand that you need both part of it to create change. It's not going to happen with one side only. So what I want you to understand is, there's a book that I read, I think it's from David, I can't remember. It said, success is this is 95% of, let's put 95% here, and this is 5%. of your success. Okay, this is 95%. So when you look at this now, you see a lot of people, but you need both sides. You can't just be overloaded on one side. What I mean by overloaded on one side, we have a lot of people who are seeking change. They are thinking too much about it. They are stuck in the thinking path. They wake up every day, they dream of something, that's the vision. But when it comes to action, when it comes to the action bit, they don't have it. So they get stuck in this side. And there are some people who they are doing a lot of action, but there's nothing created in the spiritual side of it. So they burn out quickly. So that's what I want you to understand here. So if starting a business online is not just about show me the course. Show me the course is here. That's the education. It's here. This course is online. But why haven't we started? Why are we procrastinating? It's because we are losing of, we don't have a vision of what we want to create. We are not thinking, we don't have the right mentality to when we get into the education. So what I want you to understand here is we're gonna need both sides. Steve, that's just basics. This is just basics. I'm not gonna go into the in-depth of the training, but that's just the basics. You're gonna need both sides. Now, let me talk you through how both sides work so that we can actually move to the next phase, which is, I think I shared the wrong screen. Yeah. So what I mean by vision is, this is where most people neglect to do. It's more of creating. You hear about people talking about meditation. You hear about people talking about when you pray. You say you have a vision. God gave you a vision. Now, when most of us get into a vision stock mode, like there's this idea that you should start a business to solve people's problems. Maybe you help people with their marriage as a consultant. That's probably because you understand how to help people, you can communicate well, you're not afraid of talking to people, you derive joy from having people have peace in their marriage. So that's like a calling for you, but you have this vision in your mind. The next phase is to create a picture, a words, basically, of that vision. So, because when something is in your mind as a vision, it's spirit. But when you put it down in words, that's why they say a picture makes 1,000 words. Is that how they say it? A picture is worth 1,000 words, something like that. So when you have that vision of, I want to help 10,000 people this year solve, reconcile with their marriage, or reduce the number of divorce that is happening in the world. That's your calling. You want to set up an online coaching system in place for people to go through some training to help them do that. You have that vision. You write it with words. There's a physical process, subconscious process to taking something from vision and putting it down in words. That's where, if you go to the book of John, it said, in the beginning was the word. So once you start putting things down in paper, it shows that you are actually trying to get crystal clear picture of that vision, because that is the only proof of that vision that you have in your mind. That is the only proof, the words that you write, because every time you read it, it reminds you of the vision. But if you don't put it down, you put maybe the next 20 minutes, you've forgotten about a vision, your kids run past or something, your boss calls you in the office and you forgot about the vision. Next time you think about it is 2 weeks time, 2 weeks gone. Procrastination. So when you write it down, the next step is basically to create start saying it. You have to start saying it, thinking about it. Once you start, you hear the strangest secret, you become what you think about. All you need to do is start thinking of, how do I bring this picture into reality? How do I start? When you start thinking about it, you set up images to steer you into that direction. Basically, things that you see every day, um, things that you see every day, things that you taste, all these things. Basically, you put picture. Let me give you an example, because I do this myself. It's not like I'm talking to you guys like I am. Let me see if I can share my screen and show you guys. It's more like I don't know if you can see this. It's a little bit blurred. So I'll just read it out for you. It's 31st December 2025. I am so happy and grateful now that I earn 100,000 a month as I help other people do the same. So this is my goal. I want you to understand, this is my goal. I want to end. So how do I end this goal? I have this vision of helping people start businesses online to help them in their marriage, because I'm of the opinion that most people that come from Africa, we all have big dreams, we all have big visions. That's why we make that trip. We sacrifice a lot to get here, but when we get here, we get sucked up into the system, and we find it difficult to break out. Think of yourself now quitting your job. You see that you now realize all the things that you've signed up to. You have this mortgage, you have this phone bill, you have all these bills coming up, childcare. You got to take care of all these things. It's like they hook you down, pin you down, not to do anything else. So you get stuck in this job and routine. So that puts that your vision, your dream that you came with on the shelf. So when you create a picture like this, that what this will do is to stir up your desire. When you start reading this every day, start working on it every day, it will cause you to begin to make clear-cut decisions towards it. You understand the process of, so I don't want to go through, I might run through fast as I'm explaining this, but I just want to take it step by step so that we can actually follow through. Now, let's say now we've created, so if you're listening to me and you've been following me for, if you're watching this, what I want you to understand is set up images that represent your vision. Starting an online business is not just about making money. There has to be a purpose behind your life. What does your life really mean? The training that I use, the first time they asked me, Pascal, who are you? I'm like, I'm Pascal. I say, no, that's your name. Who are you? So that's why you begin to understand more about yourself. We are all the same. We are all spiritual beings living in a physical body. So spirits are always seeking for expansion and growth. That's why if you earn 1,000, you want to earn more. If you run, you want to run faster. If you cook a nice meal for your husband today, you want to cook a better meal the next time, even if it's the same dish. We all have this growth thing, and it's our spiritual DNA. It's perfect. So we all can win. So, Steve, once you understand this, let's go back to the slide again. Once you understand this, setting up these images, like I told you, create these things, do them physically, stick them on your wall so that you can be seeing them every day. It's going to help you to stay focused. It's going to help you to stay focused. I can tell you now, my mentor said to me, you're hearing me, but you're not hearing me. Until you start doing these things, that's when you're serious about change. So remember, this is the part that constitutes 95% of the work. So a lot of people are working hard, signing up to online courses, signing up to online trainings, building business online, building websites. They can't sell. Why? There is no purpose behind what they are doing. That's why they give up. So again, when you have a clear-cut vision here, and you're saying the right words, you have affirmations that you say every day. I am so happy and grateful now that I earn $100,000 a month. You just keep saying that. If that's your vision, I'm so happy and grateful now that I am fearless and unstoppable. I am so happy and grateful now that I am bold. I'm so happy and grateful now that I try and try again. You see, the goal here is to burn it into your consciousness until it sticks like your name. I'm going to go through a slide to explain why it's necessary to burn it, the repetition process, because it's in Romans 12 verse 2, be thou transformed by the renewal of the mind. That's why you need to change your mind, and changing the mind is only two ways, basically, through work. If you lose your job, if somebody falls ill, if somebody dies in your home, it's gonna smack you, hit you back right to the back of, it puts you at the back of the wall, or through repetition. So repetition is the one you want, not the other one. I shared this in the last webinar. So the last one, this part is work. It's important that you understand this part as well. You are going to be learning your attitude. Once you create that vision, let's say you sign, the first step is to usually get an education to help you start training yourself, retraining yourself, understanding how websites works, understand how to add links, understanding how to do this basic stuff online. So those are the actions that you take. But if you don't have the desire, this is where desire is on this side. Desire. I-R-E-S-I-R-E. If you don't have the desire to create change in your life, I'm just going to wipe this and spell it properly. So if you don't have the desire to create the change that you're looking for, it's going to be pretty hard for you to actually create that change. So desire is what causes you to take action. And most of us stay overloaded in the action boat without having the proper desire. It's just like you sign up to, online training, and you're just watching videos. When it comes to, okay, now it's time for you to buy your own domain. And maybe domain, if you don't know what domain is, basically your website URL. Purchase is like 40 quid, 5 quid. Some of them are like less than $1. It's now for you to take action to buy it and build a website so people can actually visit your website. When you don't have the vision of where you're going, that action alone is like, how am I going to build a website? Because there's no clear-cut big vision or like a purpose drawing you towards it. So when you have that big vision, that's what's going to stir you to constantly massively take actions, and that's what's going to produce the results. So to take things a little bit further, so I'm going to do a little bit of goal setting to understand how goal setting works. Because a lot of us start this whole process of you're looking to change, and you get stuck in, how would I put it, not getting clear cut on what you should be doing every day. Now I'm gonna go through a little bit of exercise here with you. I'll use me as an example. If I'm speaking now, maybe you will see yourself in my story. Just let's understand that. When I got started online, I wasn't spending time with my kids, with my son, basically. That back then, I was constantly arguing with my spouse, right? And we lived in the same house. My house did not feel like home that I wanted it to be. You don't need a lot of money to make your house a home. What I mean by home is somewhere you're looking forward to coming back to meet your spouse. You're looking forward to coming back to meet your children, because you know your children are developing, they are going to school, they are getting A's in their school, or they are learning. You see their progress as they improve. Then your wife is actually growing as an individual and not just waiting for you to just come back, or nagging and all that stuff. Everybody in the house is growing at the same time. So that's more like what brings fulfillment if you're looking for it. So for me, it was more like everybody was stumped. There was no leader in the house. I was meant to be the leader, but I was not literally leading. I was just grinding through life, expecting something to happen without changing any of my circumstances. So I saw myself, I nearly lost my family. It got to the point where I couldn't speak with my wife. We couldn't have a conversation for like 10 minutes without arguing. So left for me, I started saying to myself, is this how my life is going to be? I'm going to end up being a visitor to my son. If you know, probably know when you divorce or you separate from your spouse, maybe most of 90% of the chance, the wife will take the children, keep custody of the children, and you will now be a visitor. And probably she will go and marry another man and raise your kids. And from there on, you probably, these were all the thoughts that was going through my head. Then when your child grows, another man raises them. If it's your son or your daughter, another man will walk them to the aisle when they are wedded, when you are alive, and you said you're the dad. So it's not a case of everybody's going to experience this thing. I'm just telling you this is when you make one mistake very early on, it leads to one other thing, it leads to another thing, it leads to another thing. And people complain and complain, how did I end up here? It's by neglecting simple tasks very early on in life. It's not that it's not possible to change when you're 50 or 60. Everybody can win. It's just a switch in the mentality, the way we think. It's not that hard. So when I started online business, my main purpose was, okay, if I could create more time and spend with my help out at home and maybe make money, so I don't have to trade my life with money for dollars or pounds, so that I can actually be at home, maybe just be around. Maybe that would help, because early in the morning you're off. I'm off. By the time I come back, it's 8. They are sleeping. You wake up the next day, you're off. Before they wake up, you come back, they are sleeping. You do this month in, month out. So something needed to change. And that was me. It's probably that's going to be you. So if you see yourself in that situation, know that it's possible to change, but it's a journey to get there. It's possible. And you can literally do this as fast as possible. If you dedicate, if you understand what I've been sharing with you, how to create a vision of where you are going to be by the end of the year. You don't need to know how to sell products or not. You don't need to know how. You have to be willing to learn. That is the only prerequisite to change. Jesus Christ said it, leave children to come unto me. Kingdom of God is meant for people like this. Kingdom of God, children, you tell a child now, there's a mass. We're gonna do maths. If you have kids that are like 6, 5, 4, tell them, we're gonna do maths now. Bring out your books. They'll bring out your books, 1 plus 1. They'll sit down there and learn. They will not say, no, let's do English. Bring out French. Say, bonjour. Start teaching them that. They're gonna learn it. Their brain is open. That's what I want you to know. It's open to accept anything. A child will believe anything you tell them. That's how you want to put yourself. But right now, most of us struggle because of our old behaviors, what we have been trained to know and believe. So to change is simple. You got to pick a target. If you don't know how to pick a target, you got to learn how to do that. It's the vehicle that will be taking you through life. You're going to put yourself in a vehicle that will be steering you towards your purpose till you die. If not, you will live an unfulfilled life. I'm not here to preach anything to you. I'm not a pastor, but I'm telling you what I'm experiencing. It's more like you pick a target and start working towards it. Then don't worry about all the money, all the people, all the resources. God will bring them to you at the time of your need because he knows what you need to achieve that goal. So I did a goal presentation webinar one time. So we're going to run through it very quickly. I'll try and do my best to share. There's a little bit of slides here. reaching a full potential in life. Everybody can change in a very short period of time, but not everybody is going to be willing to do it. So if you are going to change, you must understand how to set goals. Now, my name is Pascal. I'm just a normal guy, always humble to learn. Why do we do what we do? Why do we behave the way we behave? Why is it that I'm in this relationship that is not working with I married this woman a couple of years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, and now it's as if I can't stand her. And how did I get here? I'm always wondering, why is it that people divorce? Why is it that people will stay in a job they know that job is not lighting them up? It's not giving them what they want. Why are they still there? I got stuck because of fear of the unknown. So if you follow what I'm sharing with you here, you're going to learn how to break out in your comfort zone, which is the fear of the unknown, how to break and build on it. So that's what has always fascinated me. And I've come to understand a little bit. I'm not an expert in this, but I can share what I know with you. You will begin to see massive changes in your life. If you do it, it's not rocket science. It's not high-powered spacecraft stuff. I always tell people it's so simple. When you do it for 30 days, if it works, help somebody else. If you see something, it doesn't take a lot of time to change. But if you start seeing some traction in your online business, on anything that you get into, because it will work with anything, whether it's online, e-commerce and all that stuff, it will work. But it's just a very small switch. You don't underestimate what you can achieve in a year, in 6 months, in 3 months. Put yourself in a learning state. You have all the arsenal in your pocket. You don't need anybody outside. All I'm just going to do here is to flash a torch that will show you a path. All you need to follow. Trust. You got to first of all trust me before you can follow my lead, obviously. If you see it's not working, call me out. Tell me I'm a liar. I'm okay with it. It's working. It's been working for years. So here is the secret. It comes down to mindset, the spiritual side of life. I read a book, The Strangest Secrets in the World. It said, you will become what you think about. All of us are self-made. All of us are self-made. Only the successful will admit it. The job that you're in now, you thought about it. You remember the spiritual side of the thing? You thought about it before you applied for it, before they gave you an interview. You are constantly thinking about that job. That's how you ended up there. So if you're going to change your life, you have to think about the future. Think about your vision. Why did God create you? Why are you here? It's only a limited amount of time. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to be working for somebody for the rest of your life, feeling grumpy, not being fulfilled, and leading your children towards the same path? Or are you going to change and start understanding a few principles that can help you create massive change? Right. So the other bit is, I'm going to share my screen again. So success. The other thing now is to understand what is success. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So when I saw this, it's more like you think somebody's reading a book to you or trying to coach you on something very complicated. This is the simplest definition you can ever get about success. Success is what you want, that dream, that house, that car. It's the progressive realization of the car. So success is the progressive. I am on pause. Sorry, I can't take this call right now. Yeah, so success is not the end goal. The progressive is the journey. Progressive means the journey through to get to that vision. that will determine the quality of your life. Success is here and not here. Don't misunderstand this. That's why if you are living a life as an employee, your goal, now you already have a goal, whether you know or you don't know. Your goal is to get through the next 30 days and pay your bills. That's how far you are thinking. If you are a manager in a company, they give you quarterly targets. That's a goal. 3 months. That's how far your dream and your life is. You're living your life every 30 days towards a target. So if you're a manager in a company or something, you have yearly targets. That's why companies have yearly targets. The owner sets yearly targets. So you are starting out now. The best place for you to start is going to be the 1 year target or 2 years target if you haven't done this sort of exercise before. I'm not saying you can't pick a 10-year target. I have a 5-year goal. Now, why do I have a 5-year goal? Why some people have 10-year goals? Remember, success is the progressive realization of what it is. Success is what I'm going to do in the next 5 years. So in the next 1 year, how are you going? Can you maintain, stay focused towards achieving buying one house? If that's your goal, buying one car, can you hold that dream for that period? Let things and all the resources, jobs, things, actions steer you towards that. Have friends that you make, people that you meet, because that will determine the quality of your life. Success, that is the journey, the progressive realization of that journey. All right. So the next one is, there has never been any better time in the world now to invest in yourself. You got to understand, most of us fail, not because we are bad or we are not good. It's just because we try to reinvent the wheel. This is the biggest mistake most people make when they get started, when they want to make change. They want to start everything. Modeling is important. A mentor is somebody that believes in you before you believe in yourself. You must have somebody that is working with you constantly until your own belief kicks in. You must have a vision of going somewhere until your own belief kicks in. If that person is leading you, it's only inspiring you until your own belief kicks in. I did not have the confidence to shoot this webinar, be on this webinar with you guys today. I never had that confidence. But I followed somebody that was coaching and mentoring people. I'm like, okay, I can learn how to do this stuff. And I started looking at him. I said, what does this guy have that I don't have? He speaks, I speak. He's tall, I'm tall. He's a boy, I'm a man. What is it that he's got that I don't have? It comes down to the inner vision. When somebody has a vision, they do things differently. So you got to understand that part as well. So investing in yourself, you got to get into an online training. I don't know if you want to use the same one I use. I'll use links around this video to help you get started. If you want to get started with digital marketing, I love it. I really love it because it helps my life. It helped my marriage. It helped everything. My goal is for it to do the same for you and for the rest of the world. So move into it and take massive action. Actually, I'm just going to pop, I think I got a question in the chat. How do you get started? I'll put a link in the chat now and in the YouTube channel to get you guys, to give you the link. It's basically to help you. Where is that thing? Yeah, so I'll pop the link in the chat. So it's going to bring you to a page where you register all the details and still walk you through all the details. He has a very good training. He helps people from different all walks of life, and all you just got to do is just you'll be amazed at what you will see, because there's never been any time in the world now people understand the importance of investing in themselves. So let's get back to the screen. So the next thing is knowing yourself. You are not going to understand why many people don't follow. You are going to understand why many people don't follow through to achieve much of their lifetime goal. Again, this is a lifetime goal. Maybe after the next 5 years, if I achieve that, remember, we're talking about goals. I might need to set a goal, maybe 20 years goal or 30 years goal. That will take me towards, Elon Musk has a goal for like 22,000 or 3,000, something what the world will be like. That's how big his vision is. That's how entrepreneurs think. So that's what will drive him to take actions today to stay towards that vision. So there are different types of goals. I want you to understand it. Many people fail. Everybody has a goal, but many people fail to understand how to achieve them, how to really break them down to achieve it. So towards the end of this, you're going to get the basics of what is going to require. Again, what I'm sharing with you here is not complicated. Keep it as simple as possible. At the end of this webinar, you're going to learn how to achieve little life goals. Never really understand why people never really create this change. Remember where I came from. I from nothing, I'm moving. I now have 2 businesses. Now, is it the same guy that was complaining that he didn't have any time? Yes. Is it the same guy that was complaining he nearly lost his marriage? Yes. What changed? It's humility. Accepting that you're wrong, forgiving yourself for that you've not achieved what you expect to achieve in your life, and taking a step back to reinvent yourself and launch again. That's where most people struggle to forgive, literally forgive themselves. That's what I will highly put it down to. So I'm going to show you how to set specific targets, goals, and achieve them. You think there's some luck or a magic crystal ball. Most people look at people that start businesses online and think that, maybe you're looking at me now, I don't know if this is the first time you're seeing me showing all these slides and all that stuff. You may think, hi, this guy is intelligent. This guy is so special. God has blessed him. He's got like this. Dude, we are all the same. We are all the same. I just happen to understand something, and I have the confidence to share it with you. I'm not afraid of you judging me. I'm not afraid of you criticizing what I'm doing. I'm just being myself. Either you accept me or you reject me. I'm not going to force you to do it. I'm not going to pressure you to change. All you have to do is look at yourself and understand, why am I struggling with change? Because I understand it. It comes down to simple humility. Being coachable and teachable. It's going to take some time. Yes, invest it. It's going to take some money. Yes, invest it. The end is worth it more. Happy home, happy family, happy children, healthy children. That is where the goal is. That is what we're heading to. We already have it, so it's about maintaining it. So everybody can win. I strongly believe that. I strongly believe it. So the next slide is I've already shared the link. This training is not just for online business. It will work for your health. I said this, you're going to get access to, so I'll put that in the chat already, and I'll put that on YouTube as well. It's going to give you access to the training that got me started. If you want to learn want the ideas of selling products online. The product is, I want you to understand, this thing is not just about online business. If you get the concept, it will work in every area of your life. So don't close it. You may be struggling to understand the training, but start implementing it in your life. You will come back to understand the training, how it works. That's basically how it works for me. I didn't understand how to make the sales online, but I was struggling with my marriage. So I started implementing what I learned from the online business in my marriage. That's exactly then I fixed my marriage. I now got the click. It's just like, wow, okay, this is what these guys are teaching. Then I came back to the online and I smashed it. That's how I solved the marriage problem, and I have a successful online business. It's let me explain. I try to make things very simple. Forget about all the things. Just use your common sense right now. Online business, let's say you go to Amazon. Let me see if I can pull it up, because I like demonstrating things so that we can actually.
It's 19 hours.
I'm not going to keep this too long. Actually, I'm going to use my own product, all right, that I launched last month. So if you're wondering, I've got my own product in Amazon. Yeah, where are we? Where are you? There you go. So it's this is my own product. So this is my product in Amazon. It's got two reviews so far. We launched last month. Now, what I want you to understand here is what online business really is. Remember when I started, before I started, my problem was lack of good communication with my spouse and at home and my children. I didn't have that. So we were always constantly arguing. That's where I started. Now, how did online business help me? Let me share with you. Look at this picture now. Look at this image right now. What is this picture? What is it? What is here selling? It's selling something, right? It's selling these resistant bands, and it's had words on the side and all that stuff. What is this actually doing to you if you come online to try to buy it? It's doing what? One thing. It's doing one thing, communicating to you. It's saying, click me, buy me. Now, have you touched the resistant band yet? No. Have you touched you just read this and you saw this picture. You click, that's how people are buying this product. So if you want to patronize me, don't forget, I'll put a link. Go grab it. The price is gonna go up. I'm doing this as just like so if you want to grab it now, do quick grab it. I have private Facebook group where we are doing exercise every day. Let me share with you. I'm helping guys that are reaching out. I created an online monthly what's it called? I call it freedom fighters, people fighting for their dreams and their vision in life and for their families to create change. It's not easy. That's why I call it freedom fighters. All right, for it to load a little bit. So you can see what we do here. Every day is constantly changing. This is basically get towards improving health. So I created an exercise program, not just me. There's a military guy that I'm working with. It's more of calisthenics and looking physically sharp. So this is what we're doing this January. Today is 9th of day 9, 9th of May. And I ran 5 miles this morning. So, and I have a mentors platform where this is the online training course. We have a challenge at the moment. So I don't want to overwhelm you with actions. This is just side groups. This is Photopia, basically where you're working on 4 key areas of your life. Photopia here. See 1,600 people, 1,600 people posting things online. So if I search myself, I don't know how I find myself here now. How do I find myself? I don't know. Members, okay. Let me see if I can see Pascal. My name is Pas in here. Oh dear. Oh, there we go. So it's showing my activity so far. It's not going to show me what I posted this morning. I was going to show you guys what I did with the Photopia. Sorry, the 5 mile run. Proof that I ran 5 miles this morning. Actually, it's on my phone. Maybe I can show you guys the picture. So you can see when you say you're going to do something, you mean it. You surround yourself with people that will inspire you. What I want you to look at here is, I don't know if you can see the dates. So basically that's a little bit, maybe, yeah, switching off the lights will help it. Yeah, see, 9th of March, 8.2 kilometers. That's about 5:30 in the morning. I did that joke. Right. So you when you dedicate yourself, you're serious about changing your life. That's what it takes. You commit, you surround yourself with people that would help you. Remember the repetition, as you keep hearing it every time, it will inspire you to take the action, even when it's tough. Right. So let's go back to the slides again and continue this. Continue. So it's understanding change. It's possible, and actually doing what is required to change. I hope you can see me. Let me make sure I'm just doing. Yeah. So there are 3 types of goals that you will set. It's A-type goal. Remember, we're going to create change. A-type goal is basically something you know how to do. It doesn't inspire you. It's not the type of goal that you really want. You already know how to get another job. Just go and apply for it and you get it. You only get in there, spend a couple of months, you just realize you've already done something similar before and you go and get another job, the same thing. You're not improving, you're not growing as a person in life. You're just like screaming. B-type goal is something you know how to, that you think is stretching you, but it's not really stretching you. It's like buying a car if you've bought a car before. So there's this other car that you want to buy, and you just go and you know that if you do 1, 2, 3 things, you will get that car. So that's a B-type goal. Then C-type goal, that's the one that you're looking for, the one that creates permanent change, the one that is a dream. And there's nowhere in this world you know how it's going to happen. Just like launching a business online, I got no idea how to sell. Now, how do I get $100,000? No idea how that's going to happen. All right. But here's the key. Going through this training has given me kind of a roadmap to build on. Let me share that with you, kind of a roadmap, so that you understand how this thing works. Now, let's take the example of I might need to clean this off. So I think we're done with it. But keep this in mind. It will help you. So if you follow Stewart's training, he will tell you there are 3 ways to make money online and to be successful. Not to make money online, to build a business and be successful in it. He said, as a one-time payment, OT, and subscription-based payments, and high tickets. I'll put this as subscription time. Or subscription payments, SP. So one-time payment, if you look at my this is my product right now. I might have to that's the first step, to have people to buy a product. Once they buy this product in Amazon, Uh, Once they buy this product in Amazon, I'm done. It disappeared. Once they buy this product in Amazon, I've done business with them, it's gone. They only know my brand, they only know me, and that's it. There's no way to repeat business. So that's one-time payment. But if you're building something of a very good structure, the next step is find a way to subscribe. So we might need later on in life, we might need to build a nutrition-based program or product to help people with their nutrition. Maybe we send them a pack every month of what to eat, diets to help them with their weight loss practice. So that's the subscription part of the business. But we need the first bit first to get the people interested that in losing weight. Then we get into the subscription, help them with diets, get them to subscribe to monthly food. We deliver food to their to their doorstep every day, every month, and they have this pack of things that they subscribe to. So they're constantly buying business, and it's helping them improve their health. Don't get me wrong. This is not about making money. This is about completely changing people's lives. Then you will now have the people with the high ticket. There are people who are like understand the importance of getting a coach and a mentor. They want to shorten the distance of their time. They want to shorten the distance of what it takes to actually get the result. They're looking for people. So we may sign up to professional trainers and athletes and be like an affiliate for them and make sure that they have helped people lose weight in a very short period of time based on their needs, and maybe professional athletes. We help them. A subscriber, they pay like 5,000 for 3 months or 20,000 for a year, depending on how the person is looking to achieve their goals. I'm just giving you random numbers here. So that's going to be the model of the business. If you understand how to build it, that's how you want to model and practice and build your business. Now, if you don't have a big vision like that, probably when they tell you pay $100 for something, you'll be like, no, that's too much or that's expensive. But when you're thinking of big wins, completely changing your life, these small things, actions and decisions of getting started with $100, which is exactly the training, becomes nothing because you know there is something that you're going to be known for when you get to 80 years old. As maybe a guy that is good in counseling or a guy that is good in weight loss, whatever it is. It could be, he can transfer this skill to anything. I'm just giving you the concept here. All right. So let's get down to the slides again. So now we understand the 3 types of goals. Now, why is it that people don't follow their dreams? Why is it that the average person don't go after what they really want? Why is it that smart people will pray to God for many more time with their family, and opportunity will come to them to start an online business? They come up with excuse only to go back and continue praying to God for help. This is how I was behaving. I told you, you might see yourself in my story. I want to change my life. I pray every morning, but they tell me, take this course, start this training. I go back to where God say, no, I don't know how to do it. I go back to God. God, please, I need help. The help is there. It comes down to fear and understanding your behavior patterns. So it comes down to your thinking, the way we think. So it comes down to belief. Jesus Christ said in Matthew 8:13, as you believe, so shall it be done unto you. So if you read Proverbs, for us 27:3, it says, for us he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, saith he to thee, but his heart is not with thee. So we say we want to change, but our heart is not in it. That's what this is saying. We really want to change. We want to change, but our heart is not in it. So we have to understand it's a behavior fear. Remember what the stranger's secret is? He said, you will become what you think about. It's the same thing. It's not rocket science. So what causes people to not follow through? What influences us is our 5 senses. What we are seeing every day, probably people that you see at work. If you surround yourself with people, you only see people who work jobs. That's the people that you see, and you surround yourself with people. You're probably not going to create any change, because those are the things that you smell. If you eat the same type of food every day, you're not changing your diet to help yourself to lose weight so that your body can move faster, so that you can achieve more, then you're going to get stuck. The people that you shake hands with, people that you touch, you come in contact with every day, this is all what is causing you to think in a way. You need to understand it. If you taste the food now, the food causes you to think. Does it taste nice or does it taste sour? When you hear something, you can succeed. Yes, I'm causing you to think of success. Online business doesn't work. I'm causing you to think of failure. It's what you're hearing. So guard your ears, protect yourself. These senses, that will spark your sixth sense. Now, if you protect this side, that will guide you to begin to use your sixth sense, which is imagination, that's the vision, perception, ability to look at things from both sides of the equation. You hear people when they say you can't judge something from hearing, you can't judge a person by hearing from one, you can't judge a case from hearing from one side. You have to be able to shift your perception. If you have a monetary problem, think of somebody that is wealthy. Say if maybe you say Bill Gates, if Bill Gates has this challenge that I have now, how will he handle it? You shift your perception to a billionaire's mentality. How will he deal with this challenge right now? That's how you shift your perception. Intuition, you always get this feeling to do more. Everybody's got this, to tune in to yourself, to do more in life. If you don't feeling it, chances are there's a big challenge. The other bit is your will. The will, it gives you the ability to stay focused. This is a big one for most people. And when you get started online, you try to open your laptop to work on it. The next thing you see yourself watching a video on YouTube or Facebook, watching cats jumping the fence. You don't have a proper will to stay concentrated to do the work. So you got to learn how to develop will, reason, ability to judge and make prompt decision. Prompt decision. You got to reason, and memory. Memory is basically how, if you make mistakes, don't repeat the same mistake over and over again. You're going to job, you know it's gonna sucking the life out of you. You're applying for another job when you lose another job. It doesn't make sense. We're just operating in memory. So learn how to use your memory not to repeat the same mistakes. So the other thing now is, this is how we operate as a human being. What I want you to look at here is, this is the idea coming into your mind, and this is thoughts. It's more like a thought. It's where you think. There's only two types of thinking. I always say this. It's either going to empower you or disempower you. It's either going to disempower you, which is negative, or empower you, which is positive. They hit your subconscious mind. That is the idea of that feeling that you're gonna, but you don't get any action. Nothing has happened yet. You get the idea to start a business, to create change. This 2021 is going to be a big year for me. That's an idea that just fell in here. There's nothing has happened. It hits your subconscious mind. Basically, look at this part of your mind like a soil. It doesn't care what you plant in it. It doesn't care. As long as you keep planting that thing, you're going to see it manifest in the way you react. That's your feelings or respond. That's it. If you keep planting negative thoughts, it's going to respond. You're going to see it in your actions. You will not do anything. If you keep planting positive thoughts, you will see yourself taking the action. Here is the secret. You can't change the action without changing the thinking. So the concept here is repetition. You just have to hold on to this. Faith comes by hearing and hearing and hearing. There we go to the next slide. Same thing, look at it like a soil. Whatever you sow, so shall you reap. Look at this path like a soil. And ignorance leads to fear. Fear leads to doubt. Doubt leads to worry, disease, disintegration, depression. What we're doing here is we're trying to change, we're trying to improve. So we're trying planting a positive thought. And you only do that through study. What we're doing here is studying. It gives us a little bit of understanding of, okay, this is how I operate. You're learning about yourself. So I need faith. Then faith leads to confidence, which leads to well-being, at ease, and you express it. You don't see anybody that is succeeding that is hiding. It doesn't happen. We are constantly pushing the barriers and creating change. The process of creation is you are created in God's image and likeness. You must understand that. You have to have the vision, got a theory, write the vision down, go to work. Do exactly what you see that you've put in down. Whatever thoughts that come through your mind when you're writing every day, only you will get both. You can't stop yourself from thinking negative and you can't stop yourself from thinking positive. Your responsibility is to choose. I have given you dominion over everything on earth. That's what you choose. If you choose to build, it's going to be negative thoughts. If you choose to destroy what you already have or keep grinding, it's going to be negative thoughts. So the goal is to develop a willpower that will lead you to hold on to this side of your dream when you follow your intuition and use your perception to make good judgment. You already got the imagination, you got the vision and reason. Think, surround yourself and bless you. So you got to understand, it's going to come down to two things. You got to make decision and discipline. I call it the 2Ds to create change. First of all, you got to make the decision today that you're going to change. It's not going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be next tomorrow. You don't know how it's going to happen, but you're going to make the decision. It's going to be today. You don't have the big desire, it will come. But start moving. Don't wait till you lose your job. Don't wait till somebody in your house falls sick. Don't wait until somebody dies before you move into action, because you will move into action at some point. But I'm telling you the things that will scare you to move into action. What caused me to move into action was fear of losing my family. Who will walk my daughter down the aisle? Is it me or is it another man? So I got to move into action now to avoid this from happening in the future if I'm alive. Okay? So you know why you are making that decision. You're not making the decision to make a couple of $100 online. No, the decision is to walk your daughter down the aisle. So you move. That's why successful people make decisions quickly as soon as all the facts are there. And firmly, unsuccessful people make decisions slowly and they change them very often. This is Napoli after 17 principles of personal achievement. After interviewing 6,000 men and women, he came up with this. All the 5% that were succeeding made their decisions promptly. So the other bit is discipline, ability to give yourself a command and follow it. Rain or sunshine, no excuse. You gotta run. If it's raining, you run. Train like an athlete. That's how you create change. To create the life you want, you must obey God's law. It's simple. Do. Love your neighbor as yourself. Ask for help. Matthew 7:7. Understand seasons of life. There is winter. There is spring. We're in spring now. This is the time to sow good thoughts so that there'll be autumn. There'll be summer. Summer, you need to weed around, protect the seed because it's let the sun shine on it. Then it's time to harvest in autumn. The work you put in this spring, this next 3 months, you will see the results. You have that faith that the fruits will appear and in around August. You do it again. You season upon season. You must understand the season of life. Don't expect instant gratification. Get away from that mentality. Don't be selfish with the time, with your time and money. Don't try to do this by yourself. Don't go alone. You need people. We're in a society, we need to communicate with each other. I'm surprised to say this, but we live in a world now, we don't know our next door neighbors. So if that's you, you might start changing. There's an online community. I'll share that with you at the end of this slide. Mentors is a coaching program intelligently directed to focus on helping you create the life you desire. Okay. So where do we want to be 5 years from now? Where do you want to be a year from now? Divide your goals into 12. Where do you want to be 5 years from now? Break it down. Where do you want to be a year from now? Divide that 5-year goal into 5. You know what you can achieve in a year. Let's say I want to make my first $10,000 online this year. It's possible. You can do it. Then break that 10,000 into 12. So I'll probably 2,000 every month. That's like 20,000. That's even more. That's 1,000 a month extra. You meet yourself where you are. You're not gonna start out in the gate making 100,000 a month. It's impossible. You have to divide the first. Excuse me. There's clear steps of how to do this in the training that I used, and based on each particular niche, so it's going to be different. So divide each goal, each 12 months. You first divide the first 30 days. Like the exercise to reach a particular weight, you got to know what you need to wake up in the morning to do. Let me share the screen again. Where's that Facebook? So when you wake up, when you plan, the essence of planning, when you're writing this down, is if I'm waking up tomorrow now, day 10, I don't need to think of what to do. I already know what to do. So I've taken the time to think about it, plan it, put it down. This is what is going to happen tomorrow morning by 5:30 in the morning. I will do this exercise, 10 rounds of this. On next day, I will do this. Next day, I will do this. So it's clear what you are going to do. So it takes a lot of pressure of most planning people that try to make change. They're planning the day on the day. You're already behind. You got to think ahead and create a plan. Then that's how you start the online business. You get into the month, you execute. You know what you need to do today. You know what you need to do. You start executing. Bam, 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 for that 90 days of sowing. It's a 90-day challenge. You execute. You will see the results. It's magnificent if you understand it. It's life-changing. Yeah, so if you see, notice what I'm sharing with you is not rocket science. Basic stuff. It's basic stuff. So divide that, take the action with God, a journey of 1,000 miles. Starts with a single step. Take the action every day. Start doing something. The Stranger Secret said that you will fail. Let me tell you now, you're gonna fail. You're gonna miss one day. You're gonna miss 2 days. That's where the secret comes in. Can you forgive yourself and go back and do another 90 days? That's the secret right there. If you get that, that's the secret right there. If you get that, that's the secret right there. Bronco, hi. How are you doing, Bronco? Yeah, so that's the secret. If you can forgive yourself and go another 90 days, and go another 90 days, and go another, because you will fail at some point until you master your behavior and you now have everything in place to guide you. Seriously, you will find that life most people are dreaming of. I'll tell you now, I smile because I know how simple it is. The Mentor is a coaching program. It's a coaching program intelligently directed to helping others focus on helping to create the life you desire by developing your higher faculties to achieve your goals and dreams. Action over the next 30 days. Listen to it's not over until I win. I always tell people to do that. If you want to, I'm going to share if you sharing posts, say sharing posts, let me stop share. Yeah, so it's gonna, so I said, Mentors is a coaching program that is intelligently directed to helping people focus and create the change they desire by developing the higher faculties, developing these faculties to achieve their goals and dreams. Action over the next 30 days. Listen to the strangest secret. It's not over until I win. Listen to it. If you want to use the training I use, I'll just run through a few slides. Yeah. I'll just run through a few slides here and to help you get through, understand what we do, how we do it. Mentors is a very beautiful platform. It's supporting people from all walks of life. So if you, that's not the slide I want. There you go. Where's that screen? There. So if you notice, I don't come prepared for all these things. I just get on with it. So when you sign up to the training, okay, if you sign up, where is the link again? So if you want to sign up to the training that I use, this is where I talked about, I'll put this link in the chat. It's already in the chat. You will see a video here of me and Stuart talking to you. If you want to get started, use this button. It will take you to a form. And it will tell you all the world-class coaches. Now, don't go out. If you're seeing people that are selling you, I have an online course, I prepared a course for you. That course is probably short like 2015 or 2000. You can't succeed with a course. I'm telling you, right? It's not that it's impossible to, course is just short to win. You need a mentoring program that will stay, that will keep changing. Times change, you will change. Course is set. If I did a Facebook ad training last 2 years, it's outdated. It's outdated. So that's why mentorship is important. That's why it's cheaper. You gotta buy thousands of courses, 2,000 courses, 30,000 courses. Get into a program that supports change permanently. So I'm not going to run through I'll put this link. If you're watching this video on YouTube, I'll put this link. I'll put the link already. I'll put a link again. I can see some people on YouTube watching live. I'll put a link. Where is that? Yeah, I'll put a link again. So you grab it. Then apart from that, then let's go to the platform itself. So what I want you to understand, there's tons and tons of training. So you will get coaching, you will get mentorship on how to do this stuff. So the first thing is to create a profile. They will show you how to create a profile and all that stuff. As you make a progress through the training, I'm going to use that's a bit tricky. So you get a coach, a mentor, consultant to help you understand. So you get modules. These modules are here to help you go through each step. So each module comprises of series of training and actions that you will take. So like this one is system of selling online, what I talked to you about. how to introduction, selling online, advertising online, website, list building, providing value, products and promotion. Now, this is the overview. As you make your way through the program, you can see on the left-hand side here, that's where you actually get on to understand how all these things work. Then you go to your website setup. You could basically see how to choose a domain, available domain, purchase a domain, install a website, allow all-in-one SEO, all these things, good GDPR cookie, how to each video is like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, do this, do that, do this, do that. So it's that discipline of focusing and doing this thing. The idea of this program is by the time you get to module 7, you have a website ready to sell products online. It's fascinating how it works. So that's what I would say to you. Use the link around this video, check it out, and hope you guys found this interesting, found it loving, and yeah, Bonkrok. I hope I didn't butcher your name before you slaughter me. Yeah, so that's it, guys. I hope you found this interesting, and I hope to see you next week. If you bring in your questions as they come in, I didn't go through a lot of questions today. I thought what I did share today will answer a lot of questions. And basically, apart from that, stay safe, stay strong, keep fighting for your family, your dreams, and your vision. In the end, listen to this. In the end, you were successful. So don't give up. All right? Don't give up.